welcome back to my channel. Today's video is exciting. It is going to be my first Halloween tutorial of this year. I'm hoping I'm going to get to do a couple more, but I first wanted to do a Gypsy inspired Halloween tutorial, something really pretty and not scary. Like if you want to be something cute for Halloween, I think that this would be perfect. And you can do it all with just your regular makeup. You don't have to go out and buy like Halloween makeup. I was inspired by a certain picture on Instagram. I'll post it right here. It was beautiful. Her makeup was gorgeous. Mine didn't turn out quite as great as hers, but that was kind of my inspiration for this look, and I think it turned out pretty good. I really like it. I may personally like wear this for a Halloween costume this year. I actually just like bought this little necklace and kind of like wrapped it around my head with this scarf, and I thought it turned out really good. I really like how everything looks together, and I'm really pleased with it. So I hope that you guys enjoy this, and keep an eye out for some more Halloween tutorials this year because I'm really excited to do at least one more after this one. I might try to do maybe something a little bit scarier since this one's kind of like a prettier Halloween makeup. But I hope you guys enjoy this. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, and as always, I would appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel. And I'm going to quit rambling. Let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and start out by doing my foundation. I'm using my favorite foundation of the moment, which is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, and this is in the shade 107. It's definitely my self-tanner shade, quite a bit darker than my face, but you'll see that it matches like my shoulders and my neck really well. So I'm going to start out by just putting that all over my face and kind of evening out my skin tone and matching it up to my body. Then I'm going to go in with my Salon Perfect Brow Pomade. This is in the dark brown shade. I have dyed my hair again recently. I dye my hair so often, I feel like, but it's a little bit darker, so I'm doing my brows a little bit darker. And with this tutorial, I want my brows to be a little bit more bold than they normally are, so I'm filling them in pretty dark with this pomade, which is an awesome, awesome brow product for like $4. Then I'm going to go in with this Hard Candy. It's the light version of their Glamouflage, and it's a double-ended stick concealer. I'm going to go in with the yellow tinted side and a little concealer brush, and I'm just going to kind of clean up underneath my eyebrow. And I end up doing this again later on, so you could skip this step right now, but I always do this step when I'm doing my eyebrows. So I'm going ahead and doing that. Then I'm going to use my Peanut Butter and Jelly palette from Too Faced. And I'm going to first go in with the shade Peanut Butter, which is just like a warm brown shade. And I'm going to dust that all in the crease. And it's not going to be perfect at all because this is going to be a very blown out, very blended out look. So right now this is just going to serve as a base and transition color. And you'll see that I'm bringing it out pretty far, even a little bit past the tail of my eyebrow, because like I said, this eye look is going to be pretty blown out to get that gypsy appearance. So I'm bringing it out a little bit further than normal. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Nuts About You, which is so pretty. It's like one of my favorite eyeshadow colors ever. It's a really pretty burnt orange color. This one has quite a bit more orange than the other shade. And I'm going to do the same with this one, but I'm going to be just a little bit more precise. And I'm going to also bring this color out pretty far. And this is just going to help us get that really smoked out look. So I'm focusing this color more on the outer part than on the inner. And I'm going to also blend it up like towards the tail of the eyebrow. This is just going to add that really warm like halo effect around the darker eyeshadows. Then I'm going to use my black from the Lorac Pro 1 palette because it's just a really awesome super pigmented black. And I'm going to use just a flat shader brush and pack that all over the eyelid. And you'll see that at first here, I start to pack it on the outer and inner parts of the eyelid, and I was planning on leaving the center portion blank, but I'm actually covering that up. So you can see on that eye, I kind of left it blank, but I like the look better with a fully matte black eyelid. I think it's just pretty and it adds to the depth. So once I do that, I'm going in with a really precise crease brush. This one's from e.l.f. And I'm just going to blend out those edges so that it blends up in with the orange color. Then I'm going to go back in with the Nuts About You and that same precise crease brush and just go right over the border of that, and this will kind of blend the two shades together even more. I wanted it to look really, really blended and have like that warm orangey halo around the black. So I'm going to go into the face and then we'll come back to the eyes. I'm just using this concealer. I believe this one's from Revlon and it's in a light shade, and I'm just going to go ahead and highlight all the portions of my face that I want to highlight. And I went pretty generous with the concealer here. You definitely don't have to do this much, but for a Halloween look, I guess I decided to go all out. But I'm just going to highlight underneath my eyes and the center of my face and then blend that in with my Real Technique sponge. This is also a chance to kind of clean up that eyeshadow if there's any blended out of where you want it to be. I'm also going to bake. I'm just using a translucent powder, and I'm just going to use the same damp beauty blender and set the underneath of my eyes with that. That'll give a really, really flawless and smooth canvas in the end. I don't always do this because it is a lot of product, but especially with a dark eyeshadow look like this, I think you can get away with doing a little bit heavier face makeup. So I'm baking all the areas where I put the concealer with that powder, and I'll dust it away here in a little bit. Then I'm going to go in with this black eyeliner. This is from It Cosmetics. It's the gel version of like their pencil eyeliner, but you could do any black eyeliner, and I'm just going to tight line my upper lash line. And this looks very painful. It's not that bad. And then I'm also going to go along, kind of just roughly along the upper lash line just to give a little bit more darkness there with the eyelashes. I'm also going to do the lower lash line, which is something I never do personally. I think it looks kind of strange on me because I never wear it like this, but I actually love it for this look, and I think it helps to add to the really dark overall look. So I'm taking that black and just putting that right in my waterline. Then I'm also taking a little smudge brush and kind of blending it out below the lash line, if you can see there. That's just going to help it look more smoky and not so harsh. Then I'm going to go back in with that same precise crease brush and a little bit of the black shadow, and I'm just going to buff right over that and make sure it's really, really blended. And I also want to bring it down a little more than normal. And then I was going in again with the orange color and blending beneath that so that the whole eye is kind of encircled in a halo of that orange. Then I was going in and doing underneath the brow one more time because I feel like I kind of lost that brow highlight with all the blending of the orange tone. So I'm just kind of touching that up. And I feel like a really carved out brow is very, very pretty for this like gypsy type of look. Then I'm going to go in with MAC Gimme Sun. And this is a really orange tone bronzer, but I think it kind of coordinates well with the eyeshadow here. And I'm really, really going to bronze up my face for this look because that concealer kind of lightened it up a little too much, and I was a little bit more tan than what my face was. So I really bronzed up my skin. And then I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit and my Real Techniques contour brush and really harshly contour my cheeks. I want it to be really blended, but I want it to be dark and look very, very contoured. I feel like with a dark eyeshadow, you can kind of wash out the rest of your face, so I really wanted to add the color back into my face and add some more dimension. Then I'm going to go in and go back to the eyes and work on them a little bit more. I kind of just bounce around. I'm using this Maybelline Color Tattoo in the Barely Branded shade, and I want a really, really light and shimmery inner corner to go with this super dark eyeshadow look. So I'm packing that on with a brush and then kind of just blending out the edges with my fingers. Then I'm going to go in with this Jordana Cat Eye Eyeliner in the gold shade. And I think that this really makes the look. I love how this part turned out. I'm kind of encircling my tear duct in that. You'll see that I'm not bringing it out near as far as I did with the Maybelline product, but I am just kind of encircling that tear duct. And then I'm also going to bring it underneath that lower lash line quite a little ways, and I'm going to start feathering it out underneath the black. I hope that that makes sense. You can probably see what I'm doing better than I can explain it, but I think that that adds to like the gypsy eye look. I really like how that part turned out. So I'm just doing the tear duct and then kind of feathering it into the black. Then I'm going to go ahead and put on my Salon Perfect 314 eyelashes. Love these lashes. They actually look a little spikier in this video, I think. I think it's this certain pack that I bought. They're usually a little bit more wispy than this, but I like how these lashes look with this eye look. Now we're going to go in and finish the rest of the face, and I'm using my Milani Baked Blush in Bellissimo Bronze. And I really wanted a super bronzed complexion with this eye look to kind of go with the orangey eyeshadows. And this blush is really, really pretty and glowy. I think it really goes with the theme. Now we're going to go in with a flat shader brush again, and in the picture that I was kind of looking at, she had like a smudged eyeshadow kind of like coming down from her eyes, and it was just kind of like an upside down triangle, I think is kind of the shape. So that's what I'm going for here. It kind of looks crazy at first, but I think after everything's finished, it really looks normal and it adds to the Gypsy look. So just bear with me for a second. After I drew that on pretty lightly, I went in with a powder brush and just kind of buffed over it because I realized that it looked a little bit more harsh than I was wanting it to look. So just kind of mess around with it. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it is Halloween makeup, so it's not supposed to look super wearable. But I also went back in with my fluffy brush in the orange shade and kind of blended the lower lash line down a little bit, and I thought that that made it look a little bit more like the picture that I was looking at. Then I'm going to go back in with that same gold eyeliner, and in the picture that she did her makeup, the really beautiful one that I showed at the first of this video, I think there were like crystals in this part, but I think that that's really uncomfortable, especially if you're going to a Halloween party or something, to try to have crystals on your face. And I personally like how this part turned out with mine and with the eyeliner, and it's just more comfortable, and I think it will wear a little bit better. So I just did little tiny polka dots all along that dark smudgy area, and I think it looks really pretty and reflects the light just as pretty as like gems or crystals would. Then I'm going to go in and highlight the other portions of my face, and I'm using this Wet n Wild pigment. It's the Dome with Cherry on top, and I'm just using my finger at first so that I can get it really, really intense and put it specifically where I want it to go. So I'm packing that on with my ring finger, and then I'm just going to go in and blend that with my fan brush. Instead of trying to apply it with the fan brush, I don't want that light of an application. So after I've already put my little headpiece and stuff on, I'm going to finish off and do it with the lips. And I'm just using this lip liner from Rimmel London. It's in the color Spice, and I'm going to outline my lips and fill them in. Now, she had like a deep burgundy lip, and I do think that that would be beautiful, but with the top that I was wearing, I felt like I needed more of a neutral toned lip, so that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to top off that lip liner with the Tattoo brand from Walmart, this lip paint. It's a matte lip paint, and it's in the color Skinny Dip, I'm pretty sure. And these are awesome. If you like a liquid lipstick, you need to try these out. They're very cheap, and they stay on really, really well, and they're not super drying in comparison to some other liquid lipsticks. So I really, really like this one, and I love this shade. And then that's it for this Gypsy inspired Halloween makeup tutorial. I think it's really, really pretty. I love how it turned out. And if you're looking for kind of like a prettier costume this Halloween, I feel like that this makeup will be perfect. And it's really easy to throw together an outfit to go with it. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope I'll see you in my next one. Thank you all for watching.